From the major strength perspective, I think, I'm very passionate about the city. I think it's important for a council member to be able to formulate their own ideas, articulate their opinions, and passionately fight for what they believe in. I think I do that. I do that on a regular basis. More important, though, than being able to fight for your own opinions is a willingness to listen to contrary opinions. Some of my colleagues will tell you that I always think I'm right, but they will also admit that I'm willing to listen. And I've had a number of conversations, a number of debates where I've gone in thinking that my way was the way, and by having a willingness to listen and having a willingness to listen to contrary opinions, we come to good solutions. And I think that debate is critical, whether you're talking charitable organizations, nonprofits, or trying to run a city the size of Taylor, that you need people willing to articulate, defend, and explain, but also have a willingness to listen. As far as the major issue, I think all of us could go down the list of parks and recreation, public safety, blight in the community, but all of those areas require an ability to handle them financially. So I think I'll continue to focus on the city's financial health. We've made a lot of progress in the last 4 years, more work to do, but we're going to be able to improve services in public safety and parks and recreation and remove blight and demolish houses because we keep our financial house in order. And one of my goals is to continue fight for the financial health of the city of Taylor. Thank you.
I think one of the major strengths that I have as a candidate, much like Dan said, is being able to listen, especially listening to others that disagree or have a different opinion. I think it's very important on council to be able to have these discussions and have them in a professional manner without making it personal or making it a division or divisive and or argumentative. So I definitely think I excel in that, and I'm always willing to listen to other opinions. I also believe that it's one of the major issues that we need to look at is to right-size all of our services in the city and have long-term sustainability, especially with Councilman Becerra said, with the financial aspect of things. We need to make sure that we can always pay for the right size of things that we need here in the city. We don't want to see ourselves in a deficit again. We don't want to see ourselves in emergency management. So the financials are very important. It's one of the biggest issues that council deals with. We set the budget, annually, and so we have to look at all of those things. Thanks.
Just like them, I think you have to listen. You might not agree with everybody. I think one of my strongest is I don't always agree with everybody. I was raised very strict, very. If you have an opinion, say your opinion, but make sure that you're right when you say it. And I always feel that I'm right. I do listen. Will listen to other people, and they can change my mind. I've had people change my mind. I've been married to my wife 30-some years, and she's definitely changed my mind a few times. So that I can do. One of the things I'd really like to see in the city, and the more I drove around this city, and of course, for 29 years I was a volunteer with the police department, and one of the things that really bothers me is, and I don't know why it bothers me, is the city ordinance. The city ordinance department needs to be looked at to do something different. I just don't like the structure that they're in right now. I think we need to do something different. Other cities do it different and don't have a problem with it. And basically, the ordinance officers I think they're picking and choosing. Just to give you an opinion, that's an opinion. They're picking and choosing, and I like to see something done with there. Of course, public safety is still number one. We want to make sure our fire and police are taken care of, and that the parks and recs. Heritage Park is a beautiful park, and I live over by North, I think the JC Park over there. My grandkids go to school right there by Taylor Parks, so it's kept up pretty good, and the parks have been kept up pretty good, but I want to make sure that all that's done too. Thanks.
So when I ran 4 years ago, I definitely was younger in the bunch. I was 19 years old when I ran for city council in 2013. When I actually shortly after turned 20, now I'm 23 now. So I really think I bring a young and youthful perspective to the city council. I think one that's really never been there for many years. And I think that bringing that perspective to the city council table has been valuable. And I hope my colleagues think that as well. But I think that's one of the things that I bring to the table along with my education. And I think experience really matters too with this. I mean, the last 4 years I've been serving on city council, I've learned a lot over those 4 years. And I hope to continue to serve the next 4 years with everything that I've learned over the last few. So that's one thing. I think that one of the important goals for our city is to continue the financial recovery that we've seen over the last few years. Like I said in my opening statement, we went from a $3 million budget shortfall to a almost $7 million surplus this year in our general fund. And I think that's nothing to overlook. That's very significant. And it took the help of everybody, the city council, the mayor's office, the clerk, and treasurer's office. We didn't do it alone. Everybody in the city, the unions, took concessions in their union contracts, and we were able to actually get union contracts passed that were sustainable for the city. And that's something that we haven't seen in the past. And the unions, our city workers, everyone came together to make this surplus happen for the city. So that's very important. And also, I wanted to just say, with the financial recovery, we need to continue on to invest in our neighborhoods. I think that one of the things that this council's priority has been is to demolish the blighted and empty structures that are, not going to come back from what they're looking like. So we've done almost, I think, 24 demolitions over the last few years. City council, something that hasn't been going on in the past, and I hope to continue to do things like that to make sure that people have the neighborhoods that they like in Taylor, and we can all raise a family in. So thank you.
I believe one of my strengths is that, I ran a company for 28 years, Lure Plumbing, me and my brother. I deal with a lot of different people. I'm out every weekend. On the way home from work, I'll drive and I'll go to a neighborhood. I go talk to people. I go out there. I'm not an email guy. I want to go out there and talk to you. So I get a lot done like that. And there's a few people in here that can say that I do that. Like Dan was saying, and Alex and Angela. I don't know if you guys paid attention, but I don't think any one of us that are on council right now has ever raised our voice when we're up there. That's unheard of. I mean, in the past 20 years in the city of Taylor, it happened all the time. We work well together. We have a surplus now. My biggest thing is I want people to live in Taylor. I don't want them to stay in Taylor. I want them to be homeowners, not renters. They need to live in Taylor and not stay in Taylor. Thank you.
I'll learn how to talk to this by the end of the night, I promise. Like Alex was saying, like Charlie was just saying, I think my youth would help bring something to the city council. I think working with a younger group would be nice. Nothing against the older group. It's that we need to build for the future. I'd love to see people become homeowners in the city of Taylor, not renters, like Charlie was just saying. I'd love to see people come here because I mean my buddy's just bought a house in Taylor. He's starting a family. I think that's excellent, and I mean that would be awesome. He wants to stay here for the next 50 years, if not more. So that's about it.